I've never been much of a history buff. I'm getting into it a little bit more now as it pertains to finances. But I've always been an advocate Greek mythology just buff. I love Greek mythology. Always have because it's just so cool. You know, Clash of the Titans and things of that nature, Zeus and all of these mythical creatures and gods. I've always wanted to go to Greece. I plan to do that as well. Take that off the bucket list. But you can't get into all of that and not love the story of Troy and the Trojan horse. Those that are not familiar with the story, which you should be, just watch Troy, the movie. But to break it down even further and faster, it's about how Troy was overthrown. And essentially, the Greeks, they were warring with Troy, and they had an idea. Let's create this giant wooden horse, and let's leave it at the gates of Troy as a gift, as a parting gift, as in saying you won. And not knowing any better, or getting, all puffy chest, the Troy armies, they wheeled that horse into the gates of Troy. They wheeled that wooden monstrosity into the city. And as the story goes, sometime during the night, the Trojan army returned to Troy outside the gates because inside that horse were Greek soldiers. And they waited until the Troy armies went to sleep, and then they slid out, and they opened the gates, and then all of the Greek army just rushed in and demolished the place. Why am I talking about that? I'm talking about that in in terms of Casper, and I feel like Casper is that Trojan horse that is waiting to pull down the rest, to come in and overthrow crypto. Now, whether you think that Bitcoin is Troy or Ethereum is Troy, don't really matter. It matters that the only thing here I want you to pay attention to is that Casper, Casper is a force to be reckoned with. And just like the Greeks, the Casper team are very, very smart. They're very smart. And just because you don't see things going on in the open doesn't mean they haven't encased it inside of a Trojan horse and slid it past everyone else. I'm going to jump over here, and that's what we're talking about today, guys. For those of you just joining, thank you for, giving me an opportunity, giving the community an opportunity to show you why landing here was not a coincidence. It was fate. If you like videos like this, please smash that like button, give me a sub, and make sure you hit that bell notification so that you don't miss a video. Also, down below is a bunch of freebies, also at my website. And also down below, you can get 10% off of cold storage wallets. And also, you can get a discount with MARGEX. That's a trading platform where you can trade with leverage. But I'm going to jump over here and show you what I am talking about. And as we get over here, we're going to check out Casper's price real quick. Show you what's going on in Casper world. And guys, why? Why? I say time is running out. Okay, so we're going to jump over here. We're going to look at Casper right quick before I get to what I'm going to talk about and things I'm going to show you and how I connect dots, how I do research. But Casper, y'all, is closing back in on that 18-cent mark. And if you look just at the last month, it is hung around 18 cents. Now, the next leg up from here, and this seemed to be the sentiment everywhere, especially those people who really do some really good technical analysis. They say the next leg up from here, excuse me, is 25 cents. What that means is If the next leg from here is 25 cent, you can say bye-bye to prices like 17 and 18 cent. So those of you that are still kicking rocks on the side and like, I don't know if this is a good investment. I don't know if Casper's going to be around. I don't know. Don't wait until it get to 25 cent before you make your mind up. I was sitting around waiting for it to hit 14 cent again because, I'm like, I'm a cheapo. I'm trying to get the deals. It didn't. When I seen it didn't, I said, I might as well jump in at this 15 and just finish off my bag. 300K. I feel good now. But if you haven't started or you haven't gotten in or you haven't added to your bag yet to make those numbers, time is of the essence. I guarantee you that. Because if you ever want to know, just look at how long this price has been hanging around this level. It's pretty much, when you really look at it in terms and compare it to Bitcoin, it's outperforming Bitcoin. I know the max is like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm clicking off this. Yes, I do. This, regardless, Bitcoin carries the market with it, but it hasn't really touched Casper at all. Casper is really its own juggernaut force. So I wanted to show you guys that, and I want to show you again for the newbies. Look, this is Casper. And this is Casper. You don't see any drop. You don't see it dropping back here. You see it getting up here and it's steady going. And it's consolidating. That's all what's happening now is consolidation. Next leg up, 25 cent. And from there, I really believe it's going to be a non-stop just to climb. And we've seen the proof right here. Okay. Now that that's out the way, also for those of you who want to buy Casper, because I still see comments down below like, where do I get this mythical coin? Where do I get it? You can get it on Uphold. You can get it on Mexi. And if you have a cold storage wallet, like a Tangent wallet that like I use, you can get it within the Tangent wallet by trading off other assets for it. I can't remember all the pairs, but I do know you can swap for it in your Tangent wallet. So I think that's pretty cool too. So you can get it like that, or you can just buy it through decentralized measures on your whatever decentralized wallet that you have. You can buy it over at the Casper site as well, but I get mine from Uphold, and I used to get it from Mexi, but now I just deal with Uphold and I just send it over to my Tangent wallet. Okay, let's press on. So I'm checking out this, and I'm looking at this. They're talking about the Ethereum ETF approval and it going public yesterday, because what else is there to talk about, right? But they're talking about they really Anthony Pompliano, who's a CEO of what is it, Professional Capital Management. He's a big deal. He says something that was very interesting, and it made me connect the dots with Casper. And I'm showing you guys something now. I'm showing you how to follow these breadcrumbs and get there before the masses. Now, there's two parts of this video, and I'm only going to show like maybe 40, 50 seconds because I'm going to jump in one section and jump to the other. Bear with me. I want to connect these dots for you. Here we go.
To begin trading today, the SEC approved ETF applications from 21 shares, Bitwise, BlackRock, Fidelity iShares, Benek, and Franklin Templeton, along with Invesco Galaxy. And joining us right now to talk about all of this and what it means for the crypto industry and what is now we'll describe as a milestone, another milestone. Anthony Pompliano is here, founder and CEO of Professional Capital Management. Pop, it's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
You think this is a game changer or not really? You seem less excited this morning than when you were here on Bitcoin Day.
Yeah, well, let's go look at the Bitcoin ETF. I think, historic thing, probably the best ETF launch in history. One of the interesting stats is that the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has had more net flows than QQQ year to date. Right, so just massive flows there, over $500 million just yesterday alone. And so I think what a lot of people say is, well, that was the first one. Is the second one going to be as big? And I don't think that's true, right? If you just go and, before I came on, I looked at all the major news sites. people aren't talking about it as much. And so like the media attention, the hype, all that stuff isn't really there. And so it brings you to the question of like, why are people not talking about it as much? And I think part of the challenge for Ethereum is that the story isn't as clear. It's very clear with Bitcoin, right? It's digital gold. When we start talking about Ethereum, you start talking about a technology platform. There's a lot more competition, et cetera. But if you go and you talk to the people at Bitwise, they're launching ETH W today. Yep. What they would tell you is, well, actually, there's diversification. People on Wall Street love that. And so maybe actually the benefit that Ethereum will have is just people say, well, I don't want to have just one. I want to have a couple of them. It's Bitcoin, it's Ethereum. Let me do like a 70-30 split, and that'll be good enough for it. And so I think that we really got to see what these flows are going to look like, because the story isn't as clear. You're not going to get access to the staking. So the cash flow that people really like about Ethereum isn't available to these kind of ETF holders. And I think that the flows itself are not going to be nearly as big as Bitcoin. And so the question is, how much impact on prices is this really going to have? What?
Now, here's what I agree with, and that's not the part I want to show you. But what I agree with is with him saying that Ethereum's not going to be as big and major as people think. Do I think we'll get to 15, 20,000? It's possible. It's really, really possible. They're saying that there is people that think it can make it to 50, 60,000. I don't know about all that, but I do know it's out there. And I don't think it's going to be as big as as Bitcoin, and he's going to tell you why. But his why here, and he's going to unveil this nugget, this breadcrumb, if you will. But his why is where I'm going to tell you about the Trojan horse. Bear with me. And that is around 343. Here we go. Go here. Listen to this.
Are hoping for because of these other pressures.
What is the Pomp family going to do as it relates to all of this?
I'm highly biased. I sold all the Ethereum that I owned last year. I bought Solana. It's outperformed. And so
you're now a Solana maximalist.
No. It's the second biggest position. And really the thought process is the Bitcoin position that we own, we're going to continue to hold. But there is an entire other universe there. And so the thought process being you want to be in the asset that is cheaper, faster, and likely going to receive more flows. And if you go and you look at DEX volume, right, decentralized exchanges on Solana is actually eating into the market share of on Ethereum. And so we just think there's a lot more momentum. It's a smaller market cap asset and likely to outperform.
Let's flip the screen around and show everybody Bitcoin.
Okay. Did you guys hear that? Now, for transparency, I actually got rid of my Ethereum as well. I got rid of my Ethereum probably close to a month and a half now. I traded out of it and I consolidated that. I spread that out over into other crypto, mainly Casper. Majority of it went into Casper, and I'm not looking back. Now, he said that Ethereum's just not that it factor anymore with their smart contract. Yes, they have smart contracts, but it's pricey still. It's still pricey. I don't believe that will change. Now, when you look at Casper, which he didn't, he mentioned Solana, but he also mentioned there's others out there. Casper is the Trojan horse. A lot of people's choosing Solana and everything, which is great. I actually hold Solana. I really hope they make an ETF and Solana does well. They actually do have cheap transactions. But Casper, you have to remember, they're working on their smart contracts now. And mark my words, they're going to enter this discussion because they have solved the trilemma. They are scalable. They have these cheap transactions. They can perform so many, but the most important thing is their security. So I'm looking at all of this and I'm like, you guys just don't know. You know, everybody's talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of that, but Casper's right there. It's that Trojan horse that they just wheeled in because it's wheeling in. You can see it. They're over 400,000 wallets of Casper now. It is growing. It is really growing. And midnight strike, everybody's sleeping. Everybody's not looking. Yeah, we got our Bitcoin ETF, our Ethereum ETF. Oh, we got our Solana ETF. Boom. That's when Casper's going to explode. They're going to come out and they're just going to take everything by storm. Trust me on this. But you have to be able to look at videos like the one that I showed you. Look at the market, look at the sentiment and everything around, and find those nuggets. Find those nuggets to support your case on why you're so bullish for your crypto project. I'm more bullish than ever. I Even though a lot of people not too bullish on, I mean, you have a mix of people who bullish on the Ethereum ETF and those are not. I'm bullish on it and I'm happy for it. I'm so happy. I don't regret selling mine. I'm happy. I sold mine knowing that this was getting approved. I didn't care because at the end of the day, I'm looking for that generational wealth. And that boat, I believe, has sailed with that as well with Ethereum, considering the price point. So I took my money and I broke it down to something that I know is going to create generational wealth. So I hope you guys got value out of this video. You let me know down below what you think. What do you think? Do you think that um, that he's right? That the Ethereum ETF is not going to perform like the Bitcoin ETF? And do you think I'm right? Do you believe that Casper is that Trojan horse that nobody's paying attention to, that they're looking as just another altcoin, another proof of work? Do you think it's like that? I don't know, but I'm curious to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Once again, thank you for showing me your support as always, guys, and follow these breadcrumbs. Until the next one, I'm out.